What's up, traders? Today's video is going to be a script release. Now, I've released this script before. It's my retracements level. It's a very simple script that I want traders to have in their toolbox because it shows the 50% levels of major moves. Now, before I just had a single color, and I've done a little color change, but there's a reason for this, and I'm going to give a little tutorial on how to use this and the different ways that you can use this to identify support and resistance. So, what I found is that oftentimes, whenever we have a big move and then it sets up one of these 50% retracement levels, the longer it is, the more powerful it can be, and it can last far into the future. And so, even though this set up in the COVID crash, this is a CCL that we're looking at, Carnival Cruise Lines, that setup that happened last year carried over into this year, and it became a level that price clearly respected. There's a lot of instances that this can be used. So another stock very recently was Activision. This pulled back likewise to this retracement level. And you'll notice how most of them are going to be blue. That's when it's a certain number of times that it's the same level. But at some point, when that level gets further and further out, it becomes more powerful. And at that point, I said it where a user can define where they want to be alerted or where the color wants to change. You can change that in the settings right here for consecutive bars until you get a signal. So for instance, we could make this shorter at 10 and it would alert us a lot sooner, or we can make it longer and it would alert us a lot later. Now, some people have asked me, why did I come up with 20? What is the best number? Well, there's a trade-off. There's no perfect answer in trading. If you set it too short, then you're going to get a lot of signals that may not be as meaningful. If you set it too long, you may miss out on some signals. So you've got to find what works for you. You also need to think about these retracement levels as not just a end-all be-all of where price will respect. Look at it in terms of when something happens as a catalyst. In the case here with Activision Blizzard, it hit this level right on earnings. And so we had a catalyst event. So one thing you can look at is for catalysts like earnings to trigger these kinds of setups. So earnings would be a good example of where you would want to set an alert and see if it pulls back to this support resistance level. Let's say that you miss it. Let's say that you forgot to put your alert. Well, the beauty of it is we can use this on multiple time frames. Even on this instrument itself, after it hit on earnings, which was right here, it pulled back on a 30-minute level to this same 50% retracement, which we can see if we had set alerts or if we dug down into the lower time frame and found it. So you had the daily that's set up at the 50% retracement. And then if you go down to a lower time frame, the 30-minute, you had yet another hit of the 50% retracement on this time frame. So you can use it on any time frame and any instrument for that matter. For instance, let's see, gold. You may think that stocks and everything are different, but no, you can oftentimes see where price respects that level here. And there's also alert functionality built into it as well. So what you can do in TradingView is you can have it alert you when this occurs, the red dot or wherever you set it to be, and it will trigger you an alert. How you would set that up is you go up to alert, you change it to your retracement level and retracement signal. Once per bar close, you don't want to keep on getting alerted by it. And then it's going to trigger you an alert in TradingView that will tell you what that level is. And then what I'd recommend doing is coming through and setting up an actual alert on this level for TradingView to alert you afterwards. For instance, if we had gotten this alert back here, oh, it won't let me do bar replay. Where's one that we could? Well, we can look at another one. So let's look at Monero. Let's go back a little bit in time. So this will set up at different time points based on the level. And oftentimes it can be very, very short. This goes back to that thing about what do we set it to? Like, do we set it to a lower number to alert us or a higher number? Well, let's pretend that it doesn't matter. Let's say that we missed this retracement because it was too short. We weren't looking at it. And we go forward. Now we see that we get the alert because we had set it. So we're going to set that TradingView alert for when it comes back there. And we're going to leave it. We're going to forget about it because the reality is of these long-term levels, especially on long-term time frames like the daily or the weekly, you never know when it's going to come back to bounce off that level in the future, just like we saw on CCL. One more to look at. Let's see. Yeah, so like I said, you want to use it in conjunction with other things. So we talked about using a catalyst event, but another thing that's really key is to look for confirmation. For instance, we have the level here, but we have the additional price action in the past to support it. That way that we can see it has been respected in the past, in addition to what it's setting up for us right now. And also, if you want to, you should also validate where these levels are. And so what you can do that is use your TradingView tools, go to Fib Retracements. I have all the extra ones removed, and you can draw the 50% retracement and confirm that is what the indicator is showing you. If you want yours to look this way, just uncheck these boxes right here. So if you want to get this indicator, I'm going to leave the link in the description below on both social media and TradingView right here. If you already have my original script, Retracement Level 1.1, then remove it and add it. The page that you're going to be looking for is going to look something like this with a little brief tutorial. And even though it says 1.1, that's just the way TradingView leaves the title whenever you make updates. So hope this is helpful to people. I put it out there just so that people can get better. This is a tool I think everyone should have in their toolbox because I do believe that price respects these levels very, very often, and it's very, very valuable. So trade wisely. We'll see you in the next video.